Okay.
And Ethan, he's not.
Ethan is still there.
Is there, but
Yeah. I guess I'm proceeding to the. Am I correct? I'm doing this presentation already.
I am here. I'm just in a conference because I have to charge my computer.
Okay.
All right.
Just let me know if we are, the time is 6. I'm just introducing Asian responses now, and then Margarita will share the CASA experience, and then Alfonso will share about Refugen and the sustainable project. So here, so that, like I said, in Genoa, Nepal, when the earthquake hit, some Genoa members started responding, and those who could not respond were in support online and did trauma response. We did natural building, and yeah, so far we also work with a local organization. They're an artist collective, and they so we just help support them in our continuing the work there. We have a story from an Ecovillage in Japan, the Konohana Ecovillage. They do this because, you know, Japan is very disaster prone, earthquake, tsunami, you name it, you know, so Konohana village, they prepare for disasters by simulating a disaster. So every new moon, they have they do not use electricity and gas, and then they just use solar and use wood outside the traditional furnace. They eat simply, just, you know, just so that they are used to the idea, and they prepare. Yeah, I think that's a very good practice for disaster preparedness.
It's very powerful.
Yeah.
Very powerful.
In Bangladesh, together, this is a GAIA Education project where they together with Bangladesh Association for Sustainable Development, because Bangladesh is flood prone and typhoon prone, then the homes are low. I mean, because of that, they put the house, they made homes that stood on stilts or have a base at the bottom so that it's higher up, and then they started like also like burying some food in the jars underneath, so that because when flood comes in, it doesn't get washed away, but it's buried. They could get it out after. That's just one of the examples. They also do permaculture preparedness. Sorry, I lost one slide with the Philippines. So for me, work and other members of the Gen Philippines, with Pai Villaraza and some permaculturists from Asia, we responded to Super Typhoon Haiyan. Still, I think, recorded as one of the strongest typhoon on landfall globally. And I read somewhere it was, when that hit, it was almost category 6, which is, you know, I don't think anyone has broken that record, but we had almost 7,000 dead and hundreds of thousands displaced. We started with permaculture response, repairing gardens, and we also built an earth ship. Behind it is an earth ship, yeah, which is a typhoon bunker. It's the first typhoon bunker model of earthship biotecture. We had Michael Reynolds and his team come with us. We built it together, and then we also had a solar energy donation. But now we're designing it to benefit a livelihood led by women, and we have a small seed funding from Lush to help continue that for livelihood. And we're doing ecosystems response restoration right now, helping rehabilitate the river, and it's also flood prone. When a typhoon hits, you know, chunks of their soil fall off, and so that's another disaster risk for this community. And among other things, that's what we're doing. I'll proceed now to Margarita. Oh, sorry, that was my slideshow. For my I was using the old. Yeah. So Margarita, maybe you'd like to share how I did. Yeah, let me see if we can add in. Are you in
No, what about if Alf continues and I put my presentation in your computer because I'm not connected in Zoom?
No problem. Yeah. Okay. Great. Alf, would you like to go first?
You have to unmute because I will. I have to mute because I will unmute.
Yes, 1 second. Niveen is there.
Yeah.
Niveen, hi. Hello? Hello?
Hi, how are you?
1 second. Hi, Naveen.
Hi, Naveen.
Can you see us?
Actually, I'm using my telephone. I see a very small window,
Yeah.
so I can see you very well. Yeah. So it's Margarita.
Margarita is here, and then Sarah here. Yeah.
Okay.
And then Alfonso and Fanny are there on the other computer. We're all in this.
So it's just a webinar, or there are people attending in Marrakesh?
There's Caroline from Blueprints, and then we lost Ethan.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it's only us, I think.
I see. It's only a webinar. I mean, it's not a.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And welcome
I'm
to
here.
Marrakesh. Thank you for joining us, Naveen. I was just giving an overview about the statistics behind, like where we're coming from, what the realities are happening in the world, the statistics of climate refugees and conflict refugees, among others. And then I shared about experiences from Genoa. We recorded that. We started recording there, and then we would continue recording. So if you need to catch up, we'd be happy to share that link with you. Right now, Alfonso is about to share about RefuGen, and yeah, happy to entertain questions, or if you wanted to add something towards the end. Is that okay? Hello?
Yes, okay, and I can see you now.
Yeah, great. Okay, so over to you, Alfonso. I'm gonna mute my audio now.
Okay, hi. RefuGen. Remember, it was when the Lesbos
problem was really hot. That during the Green Phoenix, like meeting that we have people from Ecovillage in Europe. Wait a moment.
Can one of you mute your computer, because Alf is on loop?
Let us just mute here.
Huh.
No. The thing is, we can hear it. It's not here.
Now it's better. Sorry for this moment. Yes, RefuGen, I think everyone knows more or less, but I will remind you. What was interesting about the RefuGen is that we didn't use Gen Europe as the main actor, but we left to the community themselves, to the village, the lead to develop this project. It was the first time I think for Gen that communities step on to help other communities in risk, in this case with the Syrian refugees. And it was like, okay, let's see if we can have a quick response. And it was like built on 1 month, maybe, because it was in November that we have the Green Phoenix. And in the Green Phoenix, members say, yes, we want to take a step on to help in this migrant issue. So in December, the former managing director, Robert Hall, went into Lesbos Island, hired a place, and some communities were coordinating the volunteers who wanted to go there in Lesbos to help. So we got a flat there, an apartment, and who was able to host like 6 persons. And the coordination was moving every month or every 2 months from one community to another community. So one eco-village to another eco-village. And we were there by 6 months till Lesbos was closed, till the authorities decide to take out the refugees from Lesbos. But during these months, what we saw is that yes, we could have a quick response, and we were able to show that we have some solutions for in cases of displaced people. We were also able to make some fundraising led by the Ecovillage themselves. So they make like concerts or events to collect the money, so to pay these volunteers and this flat in Lesbos. And what was important also is like, okay, what we brought there, these people, we didn't know if they will stay there like 1 month or 10 years, because you never know when there are refugee camp, what will happen after. No? So we say, okay, why not to try to begin like planting, so to have a permaculture garden, and after maybe some months or 1 year, we could be able to produce ourselves the food. And also we brought some low technology, ¿cómo se diría? Yeah. One of the main problems was the people jumped in the sea and came to the island, but all their belongings were very wet, so there was a need to have dry clothes. So one of the members who was there, I think was Dro from Gen Israel, said, why don't we make a dryer, a cloth dryer, and he made all with recycled things, so we didn't need electricity or someone to bring us things. So with the things that we were around, he built this through a compost pile, yeah, use the heat. So with the heat, yeah, dry all these clothes. And I think this is the kind of things that we can also contribute these kind of things. So also it was the first time that we work with the humanitarian agencies. They were there and they didn't know us, so we begin to have some formal contact. This was developed after, when the Lesbos was finished. They went to around Scala, one of our members in Greece, that is very close to the Thessaloniki place where most 10,000, I think, refugees were there. And there, yes, we have some contacts with the humanitarian agencies, bringing some of our low-tech solution, and they were really happy. So it was like a first step that we got there. Now we are working on the Refugee 2.0, I think was the name. Is once Lesbos is finished, people are blocked in Thessaloniki, and just 10 kilometers where the people are blocked, we have this new Ecovillage, La Scala, where we can make another step, a step further. For this, hosting. So we are now speaking with the Blueprint. Also, is like a loose network of professionals and technicians around Tamera, I think we could say, and we will develop something also together. Maybe bringing there all these low-tech solutions, and build like a camp, like an ideal camp with all our materials that will be also replicated in Tamera. So to know, because we are trying to find which is our place in this drama situation. So it would be like the next step, no? To design, speak like this, sustainable refugee camp, and resilient and able to produce their own food, their own energy, and many other things. So I think we are looking forward to see how this is unfolding in the next months. This is about refugee. I don't know if you want that I share about the sustainer too. Yeah. So now also in Europe, we are developing a new tool for disaster area or refugee camps. That is the sustainer. The sustainer is a sustainable container. The sustainer is developed by a permaculturist who lives in Zec that aim to address what is the first problem during displacement or during disasters, is how to ensure that the people have water facilities, sanitarium, and hygienic. This is the WASH, what we call WASH. So this permaculturist thought, why the people, that the humanitarian agencies send always chemical toilets and water from in the bottles and all these things that come from very far, no? Why not to develop with the resource that we can found around the areas? And the only thing that could be needed is like this container where we aim to put all our knowledge that we have developed in the Ecovillage and community, so low technologies, and also social tools like how to bring, how the people will make decisions together, how the people will also the trauma release, as you are doing in Philippines, to produce energy, to collect water from the ambience, to produce pellets, to produce how to cook with what we found around. I have like a 6%. I don't know if I can share this. I can share now the full screen. Yeah, let me see if it. Yeah. So this is like this. So we will do, the sustainer will be delivered as a challenge that we propose not only to the Ecovillage, but also to the university mainly, because to be accepted as something useful by the big humanitarian aid agencies, sure that we need that the university prove that what we are selling or we are proposing is true. So what we propose around this, the main necessities in refugee camp, is like a toolbox where we put everything that we have in the community. We are looking at it?
No, we can't see it. We'll just watch it.
No?
They can see it.
You can see it?
Yeah,
Caroline?
I can see it fine.
Okay.
Yeah, looks
So
great.
you see it? Yes.
And you're drawing all over it.
Okay, this was, it's only like a few things. Here I would say why we can add something to the humanitarian end is because community from the beginning were placed in very remote areas where maybe you could not find many facilities. So we developed our own way to be resilient in these remote areas. So we have this knowledge also since many years, and we think that it's time also to share with, in these cases of displacement. No? So what we can solve, as I said here, the water region, we can help with the permaculture. So after 1 year, the people are able to produce their own food by having in these container seeds, biochar, as I think the biochar here, no? So they produce the biochar, the composting, also within the community tools to help the people to arise this sense again to, okay, we are together, we are a community, and each one will help each other, inshallah. Also how to make decisions together, water collection, soil restoration, how to manage with the waste, and very important, maybe the most, trauma relief. How we do it is, that's why we don't want to sell it like from the Ecovillage. We will need the academics working with university, that now we are identifying the young people in the university are mad about helping in these cases. So the engineers or this kind of technical universitaries are really touched by the issues, and we want to have this challenge also in the universities. No, we are trying to find the way to approach them, and the challenge will be, okay, let's find which are the three sustainable prototypes designed by technicians, also by eco-villagers, and then to find some grants or some funding to develop these 3 sustainers. At the moment, we have some funding from ZEC, the person who has designed the sustainer also offered to put like £10,000 to see this dream, that is a dream from him since many years, to have the first prototype. So we have the first funding, that is always the most difficult to find. So we are very happy about this. Okay, this is who we are, the details. Here is what the technician should fill. And my personal dream is to have the Red Cross. Once we will have the red butterfly, famous around.
Beautiful.
Yeah. So this is really hot in some months that we are working with it. But the most we speak with people who work in like Red Cross or with ACNUR, these things are really interesting because they're always related to chemicals and to companies. So something that comes from community, they are really amazed that this could happen, and the kind of solution that we offer for them was fair, simply fair. No? So I think there is an opening for that, and the idea is to collect all these things in a single box, and also send some facilitators also to once there's a displacement or a refugee camp, you put this in the center, you can produce energy, you can connect to internet, you can collect water from the fog, you say fog?
Yeah.
Fog. Produce pellets, have stoves, have a biodigester also to produce salt because maybe it's in a desert. So I think I'm very happy with this sustainer, and I'm looking forward to see how it unfolds in the next months, because now we are speaking with some agencies about it. The sustainer, you will hear about us.
In the news.
So has the challenge already been
Thank
launched
you so much,
with
Alice.
universities?
Could you stop?
I have any more.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That was really inspiring. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you. Just really inspiring to see that also, because we're seeing that many Ecovillage response or whole regenerative responses being done by Gen members are looking at scaling as well, because it's such a big problem. The refugee crisis and disasters, the displacement takes a lot of acres of land and thousands of people. So we are looking at ways we can low tech and replicable, as the Sustainer project is modeling and hopes to model. And it's a good strategy to work with universities. And also our project in the Philippines is working with a university as well on ecosystems restoration. So we also agree it's good to have that partnership to help kind of document and help us prove that it is working and doable. So the next storytelling would be from CASA. Here we have Margarita Zethelius of Gen Colombia. But before we proceed to Margarita, I am just acknowledging here that Roger Dudna from Findhorn is here. Roger, are you there? I feel like I'm in a radio show. Roger? Roger, are you there? Hello? Hello? We can't hear you. I hope you can hear us. Roger is as part of Findhorn. I don't know if you've met him. No. At the Gen Plus 20, we met him there. But he was part of the Gen delegation in COP21 in Paris. Yeah, and I believe he's one of the Gen founders. Findhorn, if I'm not mistaken. And he lives in Findhorn.
No?
Hello?
Shimel.
Who is this? Naveen. Okay. Naveen, possible you can mute or maybe I can mute. Sorry. Thank you, Naveen. If you can mute, oh no, I can mute you. Sorry. I think you're in a call. Okay. Hi, Roger. We're just going to proceed to the next part since we can't hear you, but know that we are acknowledging you're here. So next part would be Margarita, and there's a slideshow. Which one are we opening here?
No, it's here.
Oh, Okay.
Downloads. I don't know.
Maybe in desktop, and then I'll open. It was open earlier, no? This one. Oh, no. Okay, 1 second.
Well, while we do that, well, just to mention that for CASA has been very motivating to feel all this movement around how we as a network of ecovillages can respond to crisis, can respond to disasters. All around we're seeing this. So we have been doing it in a way that is just flowing with the way it needs to be, to help the people in the areas that are affected. So at the same time that EmerGENcies was being emerging, in fact, we had several situations in Latin America, and one was the earthquake in Ecuador. So a lot of the people engaged in CASA Ecuador were trying to see what to do and how to respond to the needs of the people on the ground, and especially one of these communities were in Rambuche, one of the places that was most affected by the earthquake. Like thousands of people lost their houses, their crops. So Piedad Viteri, who is the CASA representative for Ecuador, started a movement there to help the people, and in fact to contribute with the tools and experience we have. So she created a program. It's called Ecosocial Regeneration, and start looking for possible people that could support and just like doing what it needs to be done. So with EmerGENcies appeared to the arena, when I share with the CASA that this initiative, like global initiative, was being created, she was very interested in. She said, well, we would like to be part of it. We would like to also look for the possible solution for this situation. So she came to the Call of the Mountain, that is the gathering of ecovillages in Colombia. And she, with Ivan Sayer from Mexico, and I designed a workshop. It was at the same time as the Gen Europe gathering. Mm-hmm. So we were doing EmerGENcies workshops kind of at the same time. And it was very powerful. And people, we had around, I think, 400 people in the gathering. And for that specific workshop, I think we had like 50 people sharing their stories about responding to crisis. Yeah. And it was very powerful, and it was very, because it came really into the trauma part of it, you know, and what you feel, and what is how you act in these moments and things like that. So a nice group of people got together and helped to design a possible response with a couple of tools. So finally, it has been difficult to find money support for that program, but Carlos Rojas, one of the architects and one of the people who have moved the Ecovillage movement in Colombia very strongly, he traveled to Ecuador, and they set up a workshop to build a central place. So the model of response that they are promoting is to build a central place for people to be safe and to do the trainings and to share, and to even like the most practical tools for water, sanitation, for cleaning, till restoring the self and the trust on dealing with the trauma. So you haven't been able to share that?
Yeah, I'm just not sure if it's. Can you guys see the slideshow?
You want us to open it here?
You want to open it in that side?
Well, I think maybe it will take some time, but we can try.
Yeah,
I can continue. Yeah. Okay. So joining forces, this workshop to build a maloca or a house for thinking and recovering traditional wisdom, as it is called in the traditions for several communities in Latin America, de Maloca. They just built it in, I don't know, 1 week. It was very efficient. And they are continuing working on this. They make some very good links also in Habitat 3. That was two weeks ago. And now Piedad has been invited to participate in a post-crisis housing workshop organized by Avina and CARE in Manta in Ecuador as well. So that will be also a place where she will be able to share more what is needed there in Rambuche and the whole, yeah, thank you.
Great.
Can you see the screen right now?
Hello?
Good. Okay,
Yes.
that's
Okay,
good.
great.
So that's part of the crowdfunding campaign. So this has been moving as how we call it, a snowball. You can see there the designs. Also, we are professionalizing the proposals that we can present to the governments as a response to this type of situations. No, so very fast we could design houses. We can design systems and present it to them that can be not that expensive, and they can be made by the local materials. So we have the architects that are very willing to, and also the process of designing is a process of cohesiveness of the community itself. No, so we have parallel processes. And that's the way we work in ecovillages, no, with multi-purpose and holistic approaches. But to sell it to the policy makers and the decision makers, this type of tools that we are using to show the graphics, to show the data of how we're going to respond is very important. So here you can see some of the details of building with bamboo that was just made a couple of weeks ago by Carlos and the people in Rambuche. So Piedad, in this workshop, for example, with Avina and CARE in Manta, she will be talking about the situation in Rambuche and emergencies as well. And she wants to run a new emergencies workshop with them. So that will be a good place for us in Latin America to make more visible this proposal. She also is going to be in Brazil in the Latin American Permaculture Festival, doing a new workshop about emergencies. So the thing is, in parallel, we are identifying who has experience responding to crisis and to disasters, and at the same time we are acting, responding to what is happening in the places. So the case of Ecuador is very charismatic, and is one of the things that we want to support from CASA right now.
It's her who is dominating.
Sorry?
I think, no?
Yeah.
The next.
What is it?
Next.
You are leading now the...
Oh, am I? It
Yes.
says Alfonso is clock. Oh.
You are leading.
It says that you are controlling our screen. So very weird.
Okay. So the other story, so this will be really responding to a natural disaster. And the other one that in CASA we choose as a pilot for the coming months is Colombia, with the conflict because of the violence that we are having there. So we have, as I was mentioning at the beginning, around more than 6 million people that has been displaced in the country. And like here, maybe? Here. Yeah.
Are you seeing that?
No.
No.
This is just, I don't know what happened.
So there is a big
anyway,
need, because the governments need to deal with this amount of people, and they need to have programs for them. So what we have been seeing all around is terrible approaches, terrible, just terrible. I just have some pictures here showing the houses, and they are made just like with cardboard. So they last like a couple of months, and then they get wet and they just melt like sugar. So it's just, and then in the statistics, because composting houses, in the statistics, you will say, oh yes, we attend this community, we build these many houses, and blah, blah, blah. So one of the pilots we want to strengthen is one that is working with an organization that's called Caribbean Agenda, and is working with 20 communities, most of them indigenous, small peasants and Afro communities of Colombia, with a program that is called the School of Ancestral Wisdom. So in the School of Ancestral Wisdom is a platform where the communities go together to accompany themselves, and in each of the territories, they walk around the territory, they sit and discuss what is the situation, what are the experiences that can help in this situation, and from there, people from the organizations, could be governmental and non-governmental, are invited also to participate and discuss what are the possibilities. And the idea here and also in Ecuador is coming now with a training process that includes an EDE, and then with a follow-up process with funding so people can implement the designs that they are doing. So this is how we have gone so far, and in all of these spaces that we are able to talk about it, we talk about how all of this is supported also with a global family with a lot of expertise. So we will have refugees as a reference, we will have Blueprint as a reference, and the idea is to really show that we have the capacity to help in these situations, and now also to have money to implement the things that are already happening and in place. Yes.
Wow. Thank you so much, Margarita. It's very beautiful to see also similarities in South America, and also the innovation that you're showing, particularly with the indigenous wisdom. And well, you guys can hear the call to prayer here. Hope it's not so loud, but it's beautiful. Also, it's a good background of Marrakesh. Yeah, thank you for that sharing. And I always wanted to also see a parallel here of the Sustainer project wanting to set up a central kind of model where,
Mallorca.
and then also the Mallorca, and then in Asia we're more like also working with local organizations who can start it up and help continue in its long term, and can be learning centers as well. So those are things that we're seeing, and the unique things that in the group. I'm challenged to it seems like our operational thing has disappeared, but I'm just gonna check with you guys if you can see the slideshow again. Yeah, we only have 5 minutes. Should I run through? If there are questions, maybe
you can just send the.
Yeah, I can see. I don't know if you can see what I have here on the screen, but I can send that. It's blocked. Yeah. So maybe you can end the screen.
No, it's your screen.
Oh. Really?
We stopped sharing.
Can you see my screen?
You can see this.
I cannot.
This is
I can't.
host.
I can see a screen with emergencies in Ecuador, but I don't know whose this one is.
Still
That's
operating.
what I see also.
Yeah. Okay, but you cannot cancel. Can you cancel?
Cancel mine.
Can you say?
You are viewing Jen host screen.
It's your
Wait.
Maybe we can just.
Yeah. Anyway. Yeah. Well, we're happy to share the concept note via email to share more about what Jen's emergencies programs is developing, and this was also again also co-written, some of it with Ruth Andrade of Blueprint, and then some and then eventually the program development and fundraising team of Jen also stepped in to add more. This is primarily based on what we have discussed in Gen Plus 20, but kind of it seeded the concept, the intentions here. So I hope that's okay with you, Caroline, Roger, and Naveen. And then we'll open the last few minutes for questions. Contributions. Yeah.
Sarah,
Yeah.
I just wonder if I can say a couple things about Blueprint.
Yes. Yeah. Thank
Just
you.
before we go to questions? Yeah, great.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. I just want to make sure, especially because it's mostly Gen Core people on this call and a couple others. Mostly Gen Core people. And it's important to say, like one thing Alf said, which actually isn't the case, is that Blueprint is not a Tamara project. Blueprint is an alliance of multiple different partners who are all representing the core ideas of integral human settlement design, and working in particularly around crisis areas. And it's just important to say that Tamara, it has offered us a space to meet, so we've met there for most of the meetings of Blueprint, but there are many partners, and we're bringing in a lot of information from different areas. And Tamara also offers the concepts of water and energy and some other pieces, but it's mostly a collaborative effort that is based in that is inspired by the life of Paulo Millet, who was is a permaculturist who who died from the work he was doing in different parts of the world through malaria and other complications. But he inspired this, and this project is developing something where there is a project in Tamara right now, which is to design a model refugee camp, or a model camp for temporary human habitation, called Blueprint 200, which also has several other pieces. Another model which we're looking for a site in Greece to have another model there, and then with the intention of creating a kind of a guide that will be used to inform these kind of projects around the world. So Blueprint 200 is the first, the Tamara project of Blueprint 200 is the first actual model that's in planning and being built, and that's happening now, but it's just a piece of that. So just wanted to offer that information, and also say, like, Carolyn and Ruth are kind of the main guiders of the project at the moment. And there is a team in Tamara who's also working with them. And yeah, and also to say that we really want to find the points where EmerGENcies and Blueprint can connect, and a lot of it, particularly, for example, with the Refugen, Jay, who's working through Blueprint, will be going as a consultant to work on the project in Greece, and we're finding the path where these projects can meet together. So it's a developing relationship.
Yeah, thank you for sharing that, Ethan. And it's really beautiful to see the Blueprint, all your intentions, and then the next step. Also acknowledging that Blueprint is a partner of EmerGENcies. So in the concept note for Sanyo, it indicates that there are ways that we could collaborate more together. Wherever your next pilot meet. I just want to acknowledge that Eleanor is on the call. Eleanor, you just joined for a few minutes, correct?
Yeah.
Hi, Eleanor. Can you share a little bit? Just introduce yourself. And we're now in the question and answer round and sharing. And I also remember you're assisting. You helped organize some Syrian refugee response in Greece last year, right? Correct? Hello?
Hi. I don't have a very good Wi-Fi connection, so I'll just listen for the moment.
Can't hear you well, Eleanor. Sorry, we're gonna have to close the call soon. We're also running out of time on the call, but and battery. But I just wanted to acknowledge that because since we can't hear you, I'll just share a little bit what I've known about what you do. I remember last year, Eleanor, she was touched by Hilder's message about during the 10+20 and like how do we call respond to the refugee crisis. And I remember she started like a dialogue inside during the event. And then one of the steps that she is doing personally, she's a therapist based in Ireland. And she's one of the Horn Island connections. And she's doing work. She did coordinating some relief assistance in Greece that time. And then I think, if I'm not mistaken, it's called Cost Kindness. There's a place in Greece where it received, and then she's also like coordinating some refugee-related social enterprises in Ireland and in Boston, if I'm not mistaken. So it's also good to connect with Eleanor. Hopefully we can hear more from you, Eleanor, maybe via email, or maybe succeeding meetings and emergencies online. So thank you for being part of the call, and sorry we cannot hear you well. But this is recorded and we will share that sometime.
Great.
Yeah. Oh, you can hear us. You're speaking.
I can hear you, yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Fantastic. Fantastic.
Did I describe you well?
Yes?
Yes.
Fantastic.
Okay. Great. Yes, and sorry about that, Ethan. I forgot to we did initially include blueprint in this the sharings, and I kind of panicked with the time. But really great
No
to
worries.
meet you guys. And from us here in Marrakesh, it's a big thank you, and we'll hear from us more soon. And we'll have a meeting next week here to make the next steps in emergencies in partnership with Blueprint and Refugen and all the next steps. And have a good evening, warm and well where you are. Thanks, Caroline, Naveen, and Roger. Bye.
And Naveen.
My pleasure.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.